We asked storytellers to select a type of story and some words to inspire the stories that they tell.
Tick, 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 tock. There was a clock on the wall, and there's a little boy watching it. And he was going tick, tick, tick every time the clock ticked. And right next to him there was a girl, and she was going tock, 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 tock every time the boy ticked. They were siblings, and they would often sit in the kitchen watching the clock. Their parents were very concerned because they thought this was a very boring way to pass the time, and they were very scared that their kids had no imagination whatsoever. So the parents took the kids to a specialist, an imagination specialist. And the specialist's name was Sarah, and she said, I've seen this problem before. It's okay, it is not insurmountable, and there's nothing wrong with your children. They're wonderful children. But let me speak with them, if you don't mind. You can be in the room with us. I understand you don't know me very well, and safety precautions would have it that you shouldn't leave your children in a room with an adult stranger. So stay in the room, but just please be quiet and stay in the corner so that I can try to draw them out a little bit. And the parents said, okay, we'll give it a shot. So they brought in the boy and the girl, and there's no clock in this room. But still the boy kept saying tick, 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 and the girl kept saying tock, tock, tock. And Sarah said, excuse me, may I interrupt you for a moment? And they looked at her silently. She didn't speak yet, so they just started whispering their ticks and talks. And she said, well, thank you for being with me here today. I just was wondering why you mimic the clock. Why do you make that sound? And the boy said, it gives me a sense of peace to know that there's regular rhythm. And the girl said, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do aside from what I see my brother doing. That broke Sarah's heart when she heard that. She understood why the boy wanted a sense of peace. The world has a lot of chaos in it. But she didn't understand why the girl didn't know how to have her own response. And so she asked the girl why. And the girl said, well, I don't think that's entirely fair. I say talk and he says tick. I just think that I haven't seen other ways that kids pass the time. And he seems like he's having a nice time, so I like to join in. And Sarah asked the boy, how do you feel about her joining in? Do you like ticking as a solitary activity? And the boy said, I like ticking by myself, but I also like having company. Either way is nice and peaceful, as long as we stay on the beat. That's the most important thing. We have to stay on rhythm, or else I feel very overwhelmed. And Sarah said, well, that's really interesting. I know a lot of people who like staying on rhythm. I know a lot of people who like variety. And I know a lot of people who, no matter how hard they try, they can't find a beat. I actually used to be one of those people, but I have friends who taught me. Do either of you have friends? And the girl and boy together said, sometimes. And Sarah said, well, I would like to give you a homework assignment. Would you, tonight, try to sit in a different room than the kitchen and not near a clock? And would you try telling each other a bit of a story? It could be a short story, it could be a one-sentence story, but just to see what would happen if you removed the rhythm. I just want to know. And the boy looked really unsure, but the girl said, we'll give it a try, I promise. So the family went home, And the kids tried the homework assignment. They sat in the living room this time, and there is no clock aside from the one on the cable box, but the parents turned it into the wall so the kids couldn't see. And it didn't make any noise at all. And the sister said, once upon a time, there was a little devil. And the boy said, haha, they used to call me a little devil. And they left. But then they went back into the kitchen to go near the clock. But every day, Sarah instructed them to just try telling a little bit of a longer story. And the boy started getting a little more comfortable with the lack of rhythm, and the girl became one of the best storytellers around. The end.